All right, so I replaced these last two sections, and they're in there good and solid. But the ones that I haven't replaced, like this one right here, this one is loose. So what I've been doing is I'll take the screws out and I'll remove these, and the piece that's loose is this bracket right here. So I'm reattaching the bracket and then reattaching this using, instead of standard screws that are tapered on the end and don't really get a good grip, I'm using panhead screws. So that seems to make a big difference. So I'm gonna do that on all of these that that I haven't replaced. I'm only removing one screw. I want to leave one in there so that I keep the same location. So after I replace this one, I'll remove that one and replace it as well. But if you look at these, you can see that there's 4 holes. So when I'm replacing these, I'm using the hole that wasn't used previously. That does the trick. All right, I got all of my boards reconnected. They're good and solid now. No twisting. The ones that I replaced them with these panhead screws, and the ones that I didn't replace, like this one here, I took it off and I reattached everything using panhead screws, and now everything's good and solid. So now what I need to do is go along the bottom and just make sure that everything's cleared out of the way so that I have easy placement for my slats when I'm ready to put those on. So as soon as I get that done, I should be able to start staining the frame here. And I'm going to stain this black cherry, and then I'll be able to get the slats installed. So let's go with that. All right, I got The dirt cleared out all along the bottom there, and all the leaves, and as much as I could on this backside. There's a big pile of dirt up against the fence in that corner, so there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm gonna skip the bottom over there altogether, and I'll start right here on this second one, and I'll come through and I'll get as much of this painted as I can, or stained. So let me go grab some stain. All right, I've gone through one can. Let me get over here away from the sun. And I was able to do almost three sections. I didn't quite have enough to finish that last post there. And that's just on this side. I still haven't done the back side yet. So these things, and even these are going to need, you know, some more touch up, because they were just soaking that up like nobody's business. 35 years on the dry will soak up an awful lot of stain. So I've got one more can, because I didn't know how much it was going to take. So I'm going to head over to the store, see if I can't find some more. And I also have some other plumbing projects that I need to pick up some materials for. But anyway, that's how far I got on one can. So I'll be back. All right, so I've got half of the fence stained, and got a couple of slats up here. These are the slats that my daughter Anna was working on. So not quite enough to finish off that section, but kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Still, even with the stain, it still looks really rustic, which I like. And that'll have a faceplate right there, and then a top cap right on top of that. So it'll look just like it did before, only I pulled out all of the bad boards, repaired the fence, and stained it, so it'll look different in that way. Okay, so my daughter stained these slats, and I put them up the other day, and I'm not liking them. They came out a lot darker than what I was hoping, and I think it's because, you know, we're using weathered boards. So what I want to do is I want to take these down, and I'm still going to use them, but I'm going to just spread them out along the length of the fence, you know, one here, one there, and I'm gonna just use a clear stain on the rest of the boards that are over there. So this is more what I was hoping that it would look like, because I'm using the exact same stain. I'm using the black cherry on the posts, and then I'm using gunstock on the slats. But as you can see, the gunstock did not come out looking like this. So that's what I was hoping for, but didn't happen. That's okay, we'll move on. All right, let's take these over to my bucket owned screws. That's how many screws that I pulled out of that fence. It's like half of one of those coffee cans. And I've got all these that I'm going to attach somewhere randomly. And then I've got one attached all the way at the end against the far post. So those are the easy ones. The rest of them I'm going to place randomly, so I can't really put them on until I start to attach the other slats. Anyway, that's where we're at. So I guess from here I got to go work on the slats, get them all cleaned up, and I'll probably just install them on the fence and then put the clear coat over it, because there won't be any reason not to, because the clear coat won't show up if I get some onto the posts. Maybe I'll cover the posts with the clear coat as well. Who knows? We'll see. But I think this is going to be, I think it's going to look a lot nicer doing it this way. All right, a lot of people will look at this and say that that's just a bunch of junk. It needs to be scrapped. But I think it's gorgeous. And that's what I want my fence to look like. So I'm going to clean these off. You know, there's still, you know, some bug residue. I'll clean those off, and I'm going to get those installed. And then I'm going to give them a coat of clear stain. And I think it's going to look really good. All right, let's start getting some of these slats. I mean, look how nice those look. What was I thinking of staying in that? That looks gorgeous. All right, I pretty much got that whole section done. I just have the top screwed in right now. I still got a screw in the bottom. But look at that patina. Man, you can't buy that. I think this is gonna look a lot better. I don't know what I was thinking, wanting to stain this. I think I'm gonna be happy with that. All right, so I got these first three sections up to the gate area done. I do have a couple of areas at the end of these sections that I need to get some smaller pieces. This one almost fits here. I need to trim it off just a little bit, and then I'll be able to use that there. And over here, this one actually does fit in that extra spot. I just need to trim it off here on the top. And I'll do that down, all the way going down. But back here behind the shed, I don't have a whole lot of room to get the whole thing in, but that's a pretty good picture of what I've got done and what the fence is going to look like. All right, that's about it. That's how far I got done this week. So I'll get back on it next week, and we'll be able to finish up hopefully the rest of the fence.